Right, good evening, lads. Tangleberry first in the chat. What's going on, mate? Tom Rosa, what's going on? Rosema, sorry. Good evening, Harry. How are you doing? Doing very well, mate. Doing very, very well. Dave Richard as well. Scott Tweedle. Tom Halfyard. I was going to say Halford then, but it's definitely Halfyard. Hello all. Excited for you, mate. Good luck. I really appreciate that. Jonathan, Mr. Midweek Eggs. Mr. Weekend now, yeah. I mean, it feels that way. I lucked into this ridiculous lineup that, was third for a long period over this weekend, and unfortunately I got opted down to fourth, which is obviously, ridiculously annoying because obviously I miss out on the ETH being like 0.1 points away is obviously, tilting, as you can imagine. But I'm still getting the same reward in that sense. I'm still getting a tier 1. There's not much difference in that. But yeah, ridiculous score this weekend, lads, across the board. I think I did not, I didn't expect the scores. I don't know, just every good player basically just popped off. Like literally every good player. So yeah, the scores were absolutely ridiculous. If we go into Game Week Center, have a little butchers over to leaderboards, you'll see that we all had effectively the same lineup. Like everyone had Vinny Rodrigo. All three of the top three had Bellingham. Everyone had Costa. Top 5 had Costa, actually. The only sort of variance was, or differential, I guess, was Antonio, like the defenders. So Antonio Silva, Alphonso Davies, Stanisic, and I had Montez, who actually scored the highest out of all the top 4. But unfortunately, the only non-dark green score out of the top 4, out of all 20 players, was Gianluca Busio, which is really annoying because he was dark green, but then he had a BCM given after the game, which was obviously ridiculously annoying. But that was before, that was before they all played, actually. He was the first to play. So yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, I'm so close to winning it, and like, I gotta be honest, lads, it is like ridiculously annoying because this is the only like competitions I've won under 23 Rare Pro a couple of times, which I've very grateful to say that's happened, and I've won under 23 Super Rare twice, I believe, but I've never won under 23 Rare. Never really had the rare depth, to be honest, or like never really, put my sort of best lineup on paper in there. And to be honest, this weekend, this was the second lineup I built. It wasn't my first. Under 23 Rare Pro was, but that completely flopped. I think Savio came off the bench, which I really didn't expect. Bazunu scored really well, to be fair, as my goalkeeper, but Costa outscored him. So both my goalies got clean sheets. But yeah, the rest of the boys, if you have a look here. Morato for Benfica, they conceded. Savio came off the bench, like I said. Quinton Timber, big chance missed. And Jordan Teze and PSV conceded like pretty late on. So he was on for a decent score. He also got given a big chance which I think was a bit harsh. And like I said, Bazunu scored really well. So really annoying. They were basically my only 2 lineups at the weekend. But in limited, we did manage to hit a tier 3 and the cap. In 240, which I'm buzzing with. I capped in Montez. I should have flipping done this in rare as well, but obviously I didn't. Just checking up on the chat now. Mateus, good evening. Greetings from the greatest country on earth, Belgium. Okay. Silo, what's going on, mate? Jonathan, new camera. No, it's not a new camera, to be fair. There was a setting where I could basically turn off, I could just blur the background, so I've decided to do so, and it looks pretty good, doesn't it? And I've changed, I've not changed. No, it's the exact same camera, to be fair, Jonathan, which is kind of weird. But Matthew said, I'll pay attention this time. You better, Matthew, because I caught you out in the comments. You thought you had me, but wasn't happening on my watch, mate. Only messing with you. Ben, what's going on, mate? Weaselmont and Jonathan. Oh, that's huge for the Road to Glory. Yeah, this is massive for the Road to Glory. So this tier 3 here, obviously, we'll use it for the Road to Glory for this season, but, at the end of the season, every reward I win in the Road to Glory series, sorry, will be given away. So this tier 3 effectively will be going to one of you guys that is a constant watcher of that series. So yeah, should be fun. Hopefully, I mean, it should technically be our best reward that we've won, I think, as far as like, I don't think we've won a tier 3 at limited. How do I find out? What do I do? SO5 stats. Let's have a look. So at limited, we won a tier 4, part of the under 23 series. Was that the only? No, we won. Did we win one other award? Maybe we didn't. Yeah, maybe we didn't. Okay, so fair enough. Yeah, so basically we've won. We won the tier 5 long form as well, didn't we? So Darland. So we've won 2 rewards basically in that series, but this will be the 3rd, and this will be the 1st or the highest. Highest scarcity. Highest scarcity? No, highest tier is the right word. Right, let's have a look at the prize pool then, lads. I know I shouldn't really do this, but I'm obviously going to, because I am a donut, and I enjoy looking at the prize pool. So tier 1 starts off really nicely. You've got Doku up there. You've got Lamine Yamal. You've got Ernest, the Hertha Berlin goalie. You've got Openda, Schlotterbeck, Heidel, Olise, Ardagula, really nice. Jorgensen, Brobby, Labrovic, Savio, Savio was the last tier 1 rare card I actually won. We've got Will Dennis in there, Sloboslai, Lowell, Ramon, Juan, Tuameni, Kim Jong-hoon, Slonina, Matsuta, the PEX Wall keeper, the FC Tokyo keeper, Jesus is in there, Garnacho, Xerxes, Matsuifa, Tobelason, Fruchel, Amura, I think he's the striker, isn't he, for USG, Nico Williams, Quinton Timber's in there, Disciples in there, Eva Pandor's in there, Lenny Yoro. Some good cards in there. Kamavinga, Alfonso Davis. Surprised to see he's like this low down, which is crazy. Bilal. There's some really good cards. Like Gertruda. There's loads of cards here that I'd really, really enjoy owning, to be fair. So I'm going in optimistic. I'm hoping to have somebody that like I really want to use and keep. I'd love a Schlotterbeck, but I feel like he's going to be too high. I'd love an Olise. Ardagula would be fun to have. But yeah, I'm not going to get my hopes up because we know what the rewards have been like recently. I think they took a bit of a turn for the better over the last week or so, maybe last 2 weeks. So I won a couple of rewards. I won like a tier 2 and a tier 3 last midweek, maybe. Let me show you. So yeah, I won this Janaya guy, and I won another card which was a tier 3. So 11 days ago now, and both of them, are playing cards. They weren't DMP. So, and to be fair, he's a decent card. But so maybe we've turned the corner on the DMP fiasco, hopefully. So yeah, we'll see. I picked up Yassine Adli 2 days ago after his masterclass on the weekend. I think he's going to come into some decent form now with players at AFCON or whatever. He takes set pieces as well for them. So rubbish XP, but what can you do? Beggars can't be choosers. Morley says, I really like Xerxes, really good. Yeah, he's been linked everywhere right now. He's on everyone's radar. Olise's class. Yeah, I'd love Olise. Mateo says, really nice rewards. Yeah, 100%, mate. There's some really, really good rewards. They're tier 1s, you don't want to be disappointed with a tier 1. And realistically, you probably won't be. I say that now and I'll probably be pissed off. But, more times than not, I think, you should go in knowing that it should be something half decent. And yeah, this Alan Montes card, I won him as like a tier 4, I think, just before the Mexican League had finished. And I never got to use him. So if we go down here somewhere, you'll see that I won him ages ago. And there he is, Alan Montes, won 2 months ago. I've never been able to use him because the league had finished. And the first time of using him, he's managed to get me a top 4 finish, which is decent going for him, decent record. But yeah, going back to where I finished, obviously I finished 4th. I would have loved to have finished 3rd just because of the ETH as well on top. Wow, Namibia beating Tunisia, by the way, on a bit of a random note. I did not expect that. Not that I'm keeping up too much with the AFCON stuff, but lads, there's 50 of us in here. Can we please get a few likes on the stream? That would be greatly appreciated. We've got 2 minutes until we're opening the rewards. But yeah, so going back to start of the season, I made a video with John, and we basically sat down and said, what are our goals, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, my main-ish goal was like, I want to win under 23 Rare because I've never won it before. I don't even think I've ever come like top 10, even maybe top 20. I've never really been able to, forge sort of a mark on under 23, like Rare at all. Rare Pro has been my bread and butter, and to be fair, like, I've won that, a lot, considerably, compared to, never winning under 23 Rare. So, yeah, it's just got in the, like, I've scored, like, ridiculously high, and I'm still not winning it, even though it's only 5 points away. It's just fine margins, isn't it, this game? It really, really is. And, yeah, I'm buzzing with it, don't get me wrong. I'm buzzing to finish this high, but also, because I'm so high, and I'm so close to the top, it's like, Jesus, it would have been great just to tick off my goal, like, now. And it's just, under 23 Rare is so, so competitive. And, yeah, will I get anywhere close to this season? Hopefully, but who knows? Like, this is so hard to tell. Like, honestly, this is probably the highest I've ever finished in, like, 3 years. It's literally my 3rd year playing Sorare in 3 days. So, and I weren't playing under 23 Rare for the whole duration of that, don't get me wrong. Probably 2 years. So, yeah. Anyway, catching up with the chat. Good evening. Tobias, what's going on, mate? Charlie Dunbar, good luck with your reward. Just a low tier 3 for me in 240 Rare. That's okay. Tier 3 Rares from 240 plus the Thrashy, mate. You're looking at, it's still a decent, it's not a bad return. I know it's not, a tier 1 or whatever, but, it is what it is. I'm sure they'll come thick and fast, Charles, over the course of the season. Morley says, under 23 is something I want to do. Is it worth it in limited? I mean, obviously you watch the Road to Glory. Well, I'd hope you watch the Road to Glory, Morley. If you haven't, then you should watch it, because I do struggle there. Like, it's not easy. It really isn't. Don't get me wrong. My budget was like 100 quid, so I wasn't going in with like a massive budget. If you're going into under 23 with a massive budget, under 23 limited in that sense, then, you're obviously going to have a relative degree of success in there. But, there's so many players playing it at limited. Like, even if you do buy the best card, that doesn't mean to say you're going to win all the time, because you're just not. It is very hard to find your differentials, and like in this situation, like everyone's playing, Vinny, Rodrigo, most are playing Bellingham as well, so like, and Costa, so like the only differential here is the defender, like, and obviously XP and collection bonus, don't get me wrong, there's those factors as well, but like, as far as like different players, the only difference of, barring that top 3 is the defender at the end of the day. So yeah, you've just got to be quite savvy with how you're lining up your cards sometimes, especially on game weeks where like you feel like the scores are going to be ridiculous, which feels like every weekend. I know lineups, I know rewards are out, lads, so bear with me. Sorare Capital, what's going on, mate? 4th, still commendable, mate. GG's. Now, I appreciate that. I'm still buzzing with it, don't get me wrong, I really am. But like, knowing that I was 3rd, and knowing that I was so close to the top, and knowing how hard it is to get anywhere near there, it does make it, obviously quite frustrating, sorry. Right, lads, let's get the likes in then. Come on. 65 of us in here. I spoke too soon. 65 of us live. We've got an under 23 Rare tier 1 card to open, a tier 3 limited as well, sorry, and the Rare threshold, I wish. Limited threshold. How many coins did we win this weekend? 1,650. We shall take it. So we've got the Cap 240 limited threshold. Maybe probably the 2nd time ever I've won that. So buzzing, to get that into the Road to Glory series, as well as this tier 3 limited. Please be a decent card that we can use. Please. Is that Panama? Defender? Lask. Andreas Andrade. Okay. Well, Austria isn't back yet, so that worries me a little bit. When are Austria back, lads? Is it Feb? How does he score? Okay, L5 of 60. He's only worth 2 quid, by the way. But scores are decent. That looks like a usable card to me. 25, so he won't be able to play in the under 23 division for us, but that's fine. We obviously are open to playing 240s, 220s right now. Ian said he's good. Okay, we'll take it. Ian Sorare, what's going on, mate? Thank you for joining us, mate. Feb, yes. Feb 9th or 10th. Okay. That's not terrible. What's that? 3 weeks or so? Okay, so his value might be, relatively low compared to maybe where it might get to over the next couple of weeks. Not that matters. We're obviously going to keep every reward that we win for the Road to Glory, because, those rewards will be given away to you guys. at the end of the season, for obviously watching the series throughout the year and stuff. Thought it was Murillo for a sec. Yeah, he's from the same. Is it? Yeah, it is Panama. I was going to say Curacao, but yeah, it is Panama. Solid scores. Yeah, no, we'll take that. He's usable. That's all we need for the road to glory. We need usable cards, and he definitely fits into that. So he's decent for £2. He does feel quite decent, doesn't he? I know he's obviously on that winter break, but it doesn't look like you can click the cards anymore. Like you have to actually. Is that right? Like I can't click the card. I only have to I can only click these arrows. Anyway. Tier 1 rare then, lads. There's 72 of us in here. Leave a cheeky like on the stream. And we're just going to get straight into it, lads. Who are we going to get for finishing 4th in the under-23 rare division? 487.5 points, by the way, which is ridiculous. Incredibly high-scoring week. Let's see who it is then. Croatia? It's Labrovic, isn't it? It's Labrovic. Oh, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel because I own his super rare and I'm trying to sell his super rare. But they do come back next midweek. Ah, Labrovic, what are we going to do with you, mate? I literally relisted my Labrovic earlier on. There he is. Goalkeeper, lads, what do we think? I kind of don't mind it because even though he's a really, I rate him, I think he's a good goalkeeper. I'm not selling him because I don't think he's any good. I'm selling him because I have Toblason, who's younger, and I don't really need another under-23 Super rare goalkeeper right now. And I'm in a good position where I just don't need him. Otherwise, obviously, I would have kept him. Now I've won his rare card. I'm actually, as far as values go, I'm actually going to take that all day long. Vertical stacking. Like I said, I wanted a card I wanted to keep. I love keeping my rewards if I can, And obviously I could keep him, but do I need another goalkeeper? I don't think I do. 300 quid cash in the kitty. 100%, you could definitely look at it that way. As far as starting goalkeepers go, I bought another Campbellette. Don't ask me why, 11 days ago. I thought he was stupidly cheap. Anyway, so we've got 2 Campbellettes, but let's just call it one because I probably am going to sell the other one at some point. We've got Ika Alvarez, we've got Nishikawa, we've got Bazanu, Brady, Bart, who's obviously half and half as far as startings go, and then Costa. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 starting, basically 7.5 starting keepers if you count Campbellette and Verbruggen. Now it's 8.5 with Labrovic. I don't know how I feel. It's a wicked card. It's a very good card. I just don't know if I'm going to get the use out of him that I probably should get, if that makes sense. Some good value, though. Some really good value. I'm really happy with that. Let's have a little look, though, lads, at where he is in the prize pool. Yeah, in the prize pool. I remember seeing his name, but I can't remember how high or low he was relative to the prize pool. Okay, so he was just above Savio. That's actually pretty high, by the way. So the guy above me, so the guy who finished 3rd, he should technically get somebody in this range, right? Is that how, that's how I would read into it. One below Savio, which is quite ironic because Savio was the last tier 1 that I won. One below Brobby, who's actually been on fire recently. What does he kind of sell for? Is that okay? Roughly the same. Yeah, roughly the same price. Interesting. I'm happy with the value. I'm not looking at it thinking, oh wow, I've been fobbed off. It's a good card, a very good card. I just don't know if I can get the use out of it. Which isn't an issue. We can obviously try and sell him. Just checking on the chat. It's not the worst, mate. You should never check the reward pool. You have to check the reward pool. Isco says decent. It is a decent card. It really is. Ika is the GOAT. The only GOAT you need to have. Don't need any other goalkeepers. He's likely to leave in the summer. Good goalkeeper no matter what you do. Yeah, for sure, Ian. There was rumours this last summer, wasn't there, that he might have gone to Anderlecht, but that didn't happen. But yeah, no, I'm honestly buzzing with that. That gives me, thinking space in that sense. It might mean that I definitely sell maybe both my Campbellettes potentially, and keep Labrovic, or there's definitely room for manoeuvre here. And it obviously bolsters. It allows me to, aim for maybe better rare rewards as far as he plays for a good team in that sense where, like, you know, my camper lads clearly don't. So I can't really expect too many good scores from him. But, you know, camper lad's mainly a cap goalkeeper. So yeah, definitely something to think about. I'm not disappointed in that at all. I'm really, really happy with that. And even the limited as well. This is going to help us massively for the road to glory. Just checking on how many cards. So there's 21 for sale. Wow. I wonder what his rare card. Okay, so he used to play in the Bundesliga. 10 rares, 35 quid. Okay. Still feels cheap for a card like that, by the way, as far as scores go. Keep him till the summer. Yeah. Arthur, no, it's definitely a decent option. Yeah, and maybe sell one of my Campolats. That could be the safer option as far as, yeah, gaining better scores and, you know, hedging my bets on having 2 Campolats, which is definitely risky business. But we'll take that all day long, lads. I'm going to leave it there. Been going 21 minutes, obviously not too long. I think the Sorare Data strategy show, if you watch that, that'll be on in the next sort of 50 minutes or so. So I'm probably going to be watching that later. It's been a pleasure, lads. And yeah, if you haven't left a like on the stream, please do. And yeah, lads, we're probably going to leave it there. And yeah, we've got a lineup building a stream on Thursday for members. Well, the stream's for everyone, but for members, I'll be building lineups from 7:30, 8 o'clock, I think, into the night. I think we did like a 4-hour stream or maybe 3.5-hour stream last Thursday, which was fun. So that'll be the next time I'm live, I believe. I've got training tomorrow night, so cannot live stream tomorrow. But yeah, lads, it's been a pleasure. Sorare Capital says, nice rewards, buddy. I'm off now. Sure, I'm sure I will talk to you very soon. That might be a hint from Sorare Capital there. But yeah, been a pleasure, lads, and I'll catch you on Thursday.